Hey guys, Dark Prometheus here, and we dropped our Week 11 game to the Lions. It was everything it could have been, but just we couldn't put it together. Um, Really, the biggest thing is we had a chance to go to 100 or to 500. My bad, not 100. And not only could we not get to 500, we have taken a drastic hit in our percentage to make the playoffs. So being 4-6, the Lions are in first at 8-2. Let's look at the standings right now. The Lions are 8-2. Packers are 7-3. Vikings are 6-4, and we are 4-6. We're 2 games behind the Packers, or Vikings. 3 games behind the Packers and 4 games behind the Lions, with 6 games left. Right? Yeah, 6 games left. So this is going to be a fight. We're going to look at the standings by division in the NFC. Playoff implications. So we already know ours. We're 4-6. This wasn't too bad. Someone is going to be in the last. We do play the Falcons this week. So we could get a game up on the Falcons like that. These are all 5-5 here. Another 5-5. So literally, as of right now, the 5-5 team would be the Saints. Actually, it would be the Vikings would have the second. So 2 wild cards would be coming out of here. So I'm chasing a wild card in the division right now. Other than that, everyone else that has the possibility of getting a wild card are 5-5. So it is possible that we can pull this off. We just need to finish the season strong. So since we are playing the Falcons here, go look at the injury report for both ourselves and the Falcons. Jeffrey's still out 2 weeks. Off camera, I'm going to go through the depth chart. It's been about 4 or 5 days since I looked at it. I don't remember if there was any injuries on that, but I will look at it. But I think Jeffrey is the only one that's been there a while. They will be without Desmond Trufant, their top corner. This look broken hand for the next 3 weeks. Rashid Hegman playing defensive tackle, dislocated hip, and Tim Dobbins, which might be their starting middle linebacker since Paul Warloo actually moved over to the Texans, and the guy has been beasting of Brian Cushing over there. So there's that. Let's look at the depth chart and really see what the Falcons will be throwing at us. Probably should have went the other way, but it's okay. So the Falcons, Matt Ryan will be starting with Scott Tolzien behind him. We'll be playing with Darren Sproles, Bobby Rainey behind him, James Starks. Kuhn will be the fullback, long time going to his 11th year out of Shippensburg. Wow, not know he was from Shippensburg, never heard of it. At receiver, this tandem between Julio Jones and Roddy White has been going on for a long time. Just about 6 years now. And so these guys are beasts with adding Brandon Hartline into here, with TJ Graham, Justin Hardy, and Tyler Lockett. Tight end, Levine Toralulu and Lee Smith, both coming at 77. Going to be something we'll have to look out for. Left tackle, Jake Matthews, good young guy out of Texas A&M. Andy Levitre, longtime vet. Joe Howley, John Asamoah on the right side, and Don Barclay. So, I mean, here and there line, they're still building that line up, essentially on the offensive side. We're going against second-year player out of Clemson, Vic Beasley, with Sam Montgomery behind him. On the right end, Glenn Foster will be starting on that side with Casey Roberson behind him. Defensive tackle. Now, it would be Rashid Hegman would be starting with Al Woods behind him. But now we're going to be facing Al Woods and Javonte Jefferson, the rookie out of Penn State. On the left linebacker, Justin Durant, coming over from the Cowboys either this year or last year. Jopolo Bartu is going to be the one behind him. Carl Bradford, third-year player at Arizona State, will be starting ahead of Akeem Jordan. Maybe Dobbins was starting here, but Carl Bradford is going to get the nod. Brooks Reed over at the right linebacker. So this makes me think they might be doing a 3-4, in which in that case, we're going to see Akeem Jordan out there, but I'm not sure what kind of look they'll give us. Greg Toller is going to be the number one corner because Desmond Trufant's out, with Jalen Collins, LSU second-year player, and Robert Alfred from Southeast Louisiana, and Sean Prater and Desmond Southward. Micah Hyde coming over from the Packers, going to be the free safety with Ricardo Allen behind him. Strong safety will be Kamil Ishmael, a UFC fourth-year player, with Reed Dowdy, the longtime 11-year vet out in North Colorado. Kick return, it'll be Tyler Lockett and Micah Hyde, and my guess we're still going to see a lot of Sproles, third linebacker. Okay, so we've seen the depth chart. Let's see what we got going. Stat side for the awards, for the weekly awards. We are week 11. We're going to do a preview of the year awards too. On offense, Matt Stafford, 37 of 47, 567 yards, 3 touchdowns, threw one pick, took 1 sack, and lost one, and had 1 fumble. Blake Bortles, 27 of 51, 432, 3 touchdown passes, 1 interception, and 1 sack. We're on the defense. Freeney, 13 tackles, 1 interception, and Monte Te'o, 10 tackles, 1 interception, and took that interception to the house. Okay, that guy's becoming a huge factor over in San Diego. Yearly awards. Right now, the MVP is looking to be Philip between, we're going to go to the first 3 because it is week 11. Philip Rivers, Russell Wilson, and Alex Smith. Cutler is up there. Let's look at Coach of the Year between McCoy, Caldwell, and Andy Reid. So, let's look on the NFC side. Offensive Player of the Year, Wilson, Forte, and Winston. Defensive Player, Wagner, McClain, and Casey Matthews. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Espinoza, Marshall, and Griffin. 2 Packers up there. Look and see if we got any Bears. Defensive players, Brendan Ash, a guy who we thought about drafting, but ultimately went to the Cardinals. Jameis Givens and Alex Ivory. We do have Deterius Roberts there. QB, Wilson, Ryan, and Cutler. Running backs, Forte's in the lead there with Lynch and Peterson behind him. Receiver, Calvin Johnson, Jordy Nelson, and Julio Jones. Kevin White's up there as well. O-line, Zach Martin, Josh Sutton, and Alvin Bailey. We don't have anyone there in the line. D-line, Anza, Jones, and Chris Long. We shouldn't have anyone up here on the D-line. Linebacker, Clay Matthews, Livy, and Bobby Wagner. Again, I don't think we have anyone up there. DB, Kyle Fuller's first, Trey Reigns, and Richard Sherman behind him. We don't have anyone else out there, but by God, he's having a good year. Kyle Fuller is. Robbie Gold's up there with Graham Gano and Kyle Brendoza. Look at the AFC. Philip Rivers, Alex Smith, Tom Brady. Defensive player, Dansby, Maluga, and Brandon Marshall. Offensive player, offensive rookie, Stephen Harris, Leon Patrick, and Arsenio Clark. Leon Patrick, that running back that killed us. And we got Deontay Scott up here too, that we've seen. Defensive rookie, Stephen Fuller, Deontay Gordon, and Dario Bradley. Philip Rivers, best QB with Tom Brady and Geno Smith. Well, Geno Smith, that's a shocker. Best running back, Jeremy Hill, Isaiah Crowell, and Leon Patrick. Isaiah Crowell, wow, they must be running a lot over there in Cleveland. Receivers, DeAndre Hopkins, Stevie Johnson, and Antonio Brown. I can see Antonio Brown O-line, Joe Thomas, Marshall Yanda, and Orlando Franklin. Some longtime vets. Best D-line, of course, is J.J. Watt out there being a beast. Sheldon Richardson and Greg Hardy moving over to Cleveland now. Linebackers, Dansby, Jamie Collins, and Terrell Suggs. And then C.J. Mosley's there, too. Best DB, Tremont Williams, George Ioka, and then Brandon Flowers. And then Eric Weddle. Wow. Flowers and Weddle on there. Best kicker, Mike Nugent, Jordan Gray, and Dan Carpenter. So let's look at the news, as it is technically a Thanksgiving Day game, I believe. We'll have to see. See if there's any draft stories. Jamel Florence. 70+ yards. Good break tackle. Probably good elusiveness. I don't know if we'll really look at him or not. I don't know. We're going to look at best player available and just go down. Again. Let's see. There's a lot of top tier safeties in this one too. Mike McNeil, Don James, Lucky Coleman. I could look at another free safety. Laron Odom, 6 foot prototypical. No. Not my book, at least. Let's see. Trey Scott's been intriguing. Wisconsin, 6 foot 21 prototypical. He's definitely a first round pick. Probably. At least by that scale. Jalen Burnett, Wisconsin, 3'4", 6'1" run stopper. Holy mother of God. He looks like a just absolute beast. Tight end. Out of Louisiana Lafayette. Marquise Hughes, 6'4". He looks intriguing. AJ Mason, Wisconsin, attacking 4'3", balanced. Want him to. Let's see as we go down. Left tackle 6'5", 311 from LSU. Supposed to be unscouted. Wow. Okay, did not see that. Dejon Bryan out of Wisconsin. Tampa 2, 6'3", 244. Cover 2 guy. That'd be nice for my first linebacker, but other than that, nothing. Nothing strikes me as out there different. Power run up at left tackle. Power run up at right tackle might be nice. But I have Khalil. I could move Khalil on the other side eventually. Let's see as we go down. I'm really just looking at anyone that might pull some interest, like in my head. Minnesota 3'4", 262. No, the right linebacker. Power run on Notre Dame, 6'5", 337. He's not going to be pushed around. He's a big mauler. A mauler. Good guy to look at. Let's see here. Dude, power run. Here's a guy. Center 6'1", 305 from Rutgers. Buckdahl. pass blocker. He might be someone you can look at. Alright guys, so we have the scouting done and over with. So, going into week 12, we are trying to get some push, late year push, that if we win at least 5 out of our last 6, if not all of ours, we have a chance of going to the playoffs at 10-6. It's a tall order for a team that has played without their number one receiver for most of the league and just has not been able to get things going. Again, this offseason, when we get there, it's going to be first best player available to our pick. Where I think we might trade back a couple things, see what we can get from there. And maybe just stock up later, as well as just trade back into that round we're currently in. Trade down and see what we can get from there. But I will see you guys next time. Later.